And can I just remind you, this is going on Radio Row.
Right. It's good to see a good turnout here, because 3 weeks ago there was just me and two others, and it was fun from my point of view. I got to do 20 poems, and I'm down to 2 or 3 tonight, but I don't mind. There's been some extra stuff in the first half, and I'm sure it's just as good, if not better, in the second. And I like the song, by the way, as well. And I like the poem about Parkinson's as well, because I nursed my dad for 6 years, and that struck a raw nerve, I tell you that. But if you're American, I apologise. No, I don't. This one's called Flash America, and it's inspired by Super Size Me, going there, looking at Americans. And when I did this in chapter, I had no less than 3 Americans in the audience really get in my face. So I hope, not that I care over much, because I can run faster than the average 30-stone American anytime. Alright. Anonymous, eponymous, a dedicated shrine, tea trays, liverwurst, a single engine line, arpeggio and dandy, a twiddling of the pissed, sunbird, sea foam, assiduously kissed. Insidious, perfidious, and 40 fainting maids, a robot dancing president and snaking cavalcades, they're hanging Chad in Florida, impaled on pointy hats, epiphany evangelist, and nihilistic cats, attention spans of guppies with super-sized me butts, waist-sized tight swells, super-sized me guts, and dancing the lambada with heavenly Angelica, fingers on the button, boys, this is Flash America. You got Twister Alley Galley rats sinking with their ships, 24-ounce rump steaks stapled to their hips, mind-boggling bagels, 16 million calories, nouveau prankster gangster art slays them in the galleries. Pollock dropped a bollock, but he ships them out in droves, gallons of gator gumbo still a-bubbling on the stoves. Oh my God, in juveniles, the hordes of valley girls, underbelly untermentions, a cardboard hobo hurls, incredible inedible, all-you-can-eat cantinas, Mardi Gras, tassel bras. In the wreckage of Katrina, I'm waiting for my waitress, the heavenly Angelica, fingers on the button, boys, this is Flash America. Arnie Barney, Smackanegger, Scary Divinator, the Bearbush, Black Imbroglio, the Gulf War Instigator, Massacred and then Massacred, the Chauvinist Charades, the Ghastly Speedo Pedo Fest, the Little Miss Parades, sexualizing 7-year-olds using pageted pretense, pinko commie faggots forms their fox fucked up defense, the two-fingered onanizers crack one off the wrist, the two-fingered flucurants, thousands ceasing to exist, fat, dull dysfunctionals fawn at Jerry's feet, Saran wrapped and sacrificed, they keep his rating sweet. I'm waiting for my makeup call from heavenly Angelica, fingers on the button, boys, this is Flash America. Hideous, invidious, a good old boy and rye, picture toss, burning cross, this murder in his eye. His concept of the cosmos extends as far as he can jab. His jogger panted hippo legs can't take another slab. A Murdoch manse of Babel that dances on death row. Lyme disease, crime sprees with lethal gas to go. Road rage, fight, cage, the gun shops in the malls. False fate wails and weeping when the judge's hammer falls. Their body odours smoulder with each expel airborne whiff. They can only cram 6 Texans in a 20-person lift. I hurtle to the basement, my arms around Angelica, fingers on the button, boys, this is Flash America. Erogenous, misogynist, the cesspool Casanovas, whipping Sandaranta firestorms and wildlife roast aromas. Baby rosaries in diners whose dates look like Belushi, coming on like calamari over conveyor belts of sushi. They're coached by Dr. Ruth. The sex messages get garbled, so he sounds like Marlon Brando choking down the Elgin marbles. Lardlock land leviathans on a beer-fueled beef-house binge, a collective intelligence that would make a dormouse cringe, where Walt Disneyans respect any human rights, metropolis, necropolis, Zappa's city of tiny lights, where I'm down on bended knee, proposing to Angelica, fingers on the button, boys, this is Flash, Trash, Crash America. This next one was inspired by a case that was in the paper, so I apologise for any five-knuckle shufflers and players of the pink oboe, but no disrespect, well, heavy disrespect actually. This is called the On and Onanist. You're thinking of Margaret Thatcher, and I do apologise, not. Right. The onanist, the one and only, drifts through drunken dreams, shield and sword and armour stalked by paranoia the destroyer, through thronging rush hour streets where everybody stares at his crotch. Am I naked from the waist down or what? Am I covered in puke? He screams. Semen stains or blood or what? Paranoia has me by the balls. My armour has evaporated, leaving the sack dangling, empties rattling in the milk racks, and so the milk float goes until the early morning jingle that makes his pecker tingle. With a circus master grin, he breaks her over breakfast playing indoor games. He's dressed like a stallion, her a foal, they swing from chandeliers. He's out on top of wardrobes in oilskins, clutching harpoons, screaming, "What's in you?" Inside me breaks, and I spit my hate at thee, hand-grasping gunnels, dipping oars in snarly tunnels, rolling on the flanks of his Moby Dick. Dressed as clown and schoolgirl, water wings and webs in plunge pools, cream screens, porn on screens, watching retarded farm girls, screwed by pigs and farm dogs. He's a cross-dressed Casanova, bound by bondage, crippled by triple tribal tribalism, sneezing at snuff movies, groaning like Jacob Marley in zips, whips, clips and chains, wielding rabbits wrapped in barbed wire, dangling, hanging out in harnesses, asbos, lesbos, soft pink oboes, pinned by crossbows. Is this the end I see before me, he cries, as he lays upon his ruined bed, Atlantic, sweat-drenched, helmet-handed, storm-tossed, hand-tossed, dental floss, bound, lost, found, and thrice rewound, thigh-booted and bodiced, breathless, skin-tight tights and nipple clamps, piercing foreskins, foregone foreplay, kissing sex dolls, hissing limply, his counselling appointment card stapled to his forehead. The landlord below bangs the ceilings with a broom. Whatever will our neighbours think? His wife sprayed spermicide into her mouth and pledged, "As soon as you untie me, dear, I'll write out his eviction notice in a mixture of bile, blood, sperm, and the greenest of green ink." Last one, this is for a very, very old girlfriend of mine who lived in Barry Island. Now this is called Barry Expletive Deleted Island. So I do apologise for any Barryites, or anyone that cries out what's occurring in their sleep. Because TV's got a lot to answer for, and so has Barry. I once did a gig, I once did a gig down there with one of my bands, and the guy came up the end and he said, "Play another one or we'll kill you." And that was on a good night. I had a seaside girlfriend then with a sun-tanned, UV'd soul, steered through love and mayhem with a Dodgem car control. I used to lie entrenched, entranced, scorched and swilling lager kegs, interlocked our hands, romanced, sand scratching at our post-coitus dregs. Deep our shoreline penetration, parting sun-toned, gin-honed legs, electromotive stimulation moves her mouth, and so she begs. Amidst the corpulent discharge, nauseous chavs and burger bars, bodies based in extra-large dollops from vast sunscreen jars. I felt some intellectual shame, watching mind-locked, lymphic sunblock, playing their new beach game, let's hit an Arab with a rock. She was my sweaty talisman I could easily have strangled, as I helped the flailing deck chair man who was hopelessly entangled. So I read my book and found the sea full of missing kids, dead fish. I emerged between two jobbies with a most unchristian wish. Sand all sticky with melted fat, moist oiled megs and dark mauve marvins, lobster monster, thongs and tat, their picnics keep the gulls from starving. Some make noisily in the privacy of dunes or roller coaster cars. Listen to them blister quietly, cultivating melanomas. Deaf wrist flicks of deck chair man draw smears from the sweltering Goths. Mastigara drips on the lager cans of these black-clad frazzled moths. Alas, she said, our love can't last as chill forebodes as evening falls. My time with you has been a blast, drowned by raucous eagle calls. This town is not for me, she cried, and returning home to Ireland, she took my hands and gently lied, we'll always have Barry Island. Be still my beating heart inside, Barry, expletive deleted Island.
Thank you to Mitch. We'll never look at Barry the same again.